Imagine a universe so vast that every speck of it feels indifferent, almost cold. A universe so enormous that it seems impossible for any human thought, belief, or action to leave a mark. And yet, here we are, asking profound questions about the meaning of existence, consciousness, and whether or not a creator truly exists. In this video, we're going on a journey together, one that begins with skepticism but might end with you questioning everything you thought you knew about reality. Let's start with the undeniable. Science explains much of the universe with dazzling precision. The laws of physics, evolution, cosmology, all of these frameworks have helped dismantle ancient myths and replace them with observable truths. But here's the catch: the more we learn, the more we uncover mysteries so vast, so intricate, that even atheism, the outright denial of a creator, starts to wobble under the weight of its own assumptions. Why? Because there's a secret at the heart of this universe, one so profound it may redefine what it means to believe and know. It's not about proving God exists. Instead, it's about unraveling the layers of reality itself and asking, what if we've misunderstood the question all along? Let's look at the first crack in atheism's foundation, the origin of the universe. Imagine this: billions of years ago, everything that would ever exist was condensed into a singularity, an infinitely dense point. Then, boom, the Big Bang. Time and space erupted into existence. But here's where it gets strange. The laws of physics, gravity, electromagnetism, the weak and strong nuclear forces all emerged perfectly calibrated to allow for the formation of matter, stars, and eventually us. Pause and think about that. These laws could have been different. The constants of nature could have been random. If gravity were slightly weaker or stronger, stars wouldn't form. If the nuclear force were different, no atoms could exist. So why is the universe fine-tuned for life? Is it a coincidence, or does it point to something deeper?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Atheism often argues that this fine-tuning is simply the result of a multiverse, an infinite number of universes, each with random physical laws, and we just happen to live in the one where life is possible. But let me ask you this: does invoking an infinite number of unobservable universes really explain anything? Or is it just replacing one mystery with another? Here's another angle to consider. Physics tells us the universe had a beginning. But what came before? Atheists often reply, nothing yet. Nothingness is notoriously slippery. Can nothing ever truly exist? And if it can't, then doesn't that suggest there's always been something, some eternal essence, some ultimate reality that defies comprehension? And if that's true, could this eternal something be the root of what people have long called God? Now, I want you to reflect on this. If you believe in a universe without purpose, then why does your mind, an emergent property of that same universe, long so desperately for meaning? Is it possible that the universe encoded this yearning into you, not as a cruel joke, but as a breadcrumb leading you toward a truth hidden in plain sight? Another secret lies in consciousness itself. You and I are not just biological machines. We feel, think, dream, and wonder. But why? Neuroscience tells us that consciousness arises from the brain's electrical and chemical activity. Yet no one can explain how this activity translates into subjective experience, the vivid, first-person world you live in every waking moment. Here's a thought experiment. Imagine a robot programmed with advanced AI. It could process information, respond intelligently, even mimic emotions. But would it ever truly feel anything? If consciousness were just computation, then in theory, A sufficiently complex machine should become self-aware. But no machine has ever shown a glimmer of genuine experience. Now consider this: if the universe is fundamentally physical, as atheism claims, where does consciousness fit in? Some physicists and philosophers have proposed an unsettling idea that consciousness might be a fundamental aspect of reality, just as basic as space, time, or energy. If that's true, then the universe isn't a cold, lifeless machine. It's alive in some way we can barely comprehend. So let me ask you, could your consciousness be a fragment of something greater? Could it be a clue that the universe itself is awake, aware, and longing to know itself through you? Here's where things get even more mind-bending. Modern physics hints at a hidden layer of reality beyond the material world. Quantum mechanics, for instance, describes a realm where particles exist in multiple states at once and only choose a definite state when observed. Think about that. Observation changes reality. But who or what is the ultimate observer? Some interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest the universe behaves as if it's being watched. But by whom? Could it be that consciousness, yours, mine, the collective awareness of all living beings, is an intrinsic part of reality itself? And if that's true, doesn't it blur the line between creator and creation, between God and the universe? Here's a profound thought to sit with: if the universe is conscious, then are we not tiny reflections of its infinite mind? And if that's true, doesn't atheism fall apart not because of divine miracles, but because the very fabric of existence whispers of an interconnected, intelligent whole? Finally, let's confront the moral implications of a universe without God. Atheism often asserts that morality is a human construct, a survival tool shaped by evolution. But this creates a paradox. If morality is just a product of biology, then what makes any action, kindness, cruelty, love, hate inherently meaningful? You might say, we create our own meaning. And that's beautiful until you realize that in a universe destined for heat death, where all stars burn out and all matter dissolves into cold nothingness, even the greatest acts of love and compassion will be erased. But now, consider this. What if morality isn't just an evolutionary accident? What if it's another breadcrumb left by the universe, pointing us toward a higher purpose? After all, why do we instinctively feel that love is better than hate, that kindness matters, that life is sacred? Could these feelings be echoes of a deeper truth, a truth that defies atheism's insistence on a purposeless cosmos? I'll leave you with this question: if the universe were truly indifferent, why would it bother to create beings capable of asking why? Let's take a moment to reflect on where we left off. We've questioned the randomness of the universe's fine-tuning, pondered the mystery of consciousness, and uncovered how morality might be a clue to something far greater. But now we're about to dive into an even deeper layer of understanding. What if the universe isn't just a vast, indifferent expanse? What if it's deeply personal, intimately connected to you in ways that science is only beginning to uncover? To grasp this, we need to return to one of the most mind-bending discoveries of modern physics: quantum entanglement. Imagine two particles created together. No matter how far apart they move across a room, across a galaxy, measuring one instantly affects the state of the other. It's as if the universe has no distance, as if everything is connected at a level we can't fully comprehend. Here's the big question: if particles can remain interconnected across vast distances, could the same principle apply to us? Could you, me, and everything in existence be entangled with the universe itself? Before you dismiss the idea, consider this ancient wisdom. Traditions from Hinduism to Taoism to certain interpretations of mystic Christianity have long claimed that all things are one. They didn't have particle accelerators or quantum theories, yet their meditative practices led them to intuit this profound truth. Could it be that science is only now catching up with what sages and mystics knew all along? But this interconnectedness doesn't stop at physics. Let's talk about synchronicity, the strange and often uncanny coincidences that make you feel like the universe is nudging you. Have you ever thought of someone you hadn't seen in years, only to have them call you the next day? Or found yourself in exactly the right place at the right time for an opportunity you never saw coming? Skeptics dismiss synchronicity as chance or confirmation bias. But ask yourself, why does it feel so personal? Why does it feel as if the universe is paying attention to you specifically? Here's where things get even more profound. If the universe is indeed conscious and you're part of it, then it's not far-fetched to imagine that it responds to you, just as your body responds to your thoughts and emotions. This idea isn't just spiritual fluff. Psychologists like Carl Jung believe that synchronicities reveal the hidden order of reality, the way the inner and outer worlds are mysteriously connected. So let me challenge you, what if the moments of synchronicity in your life are not accidents but signals? What if they're the universe whispering, "I see you, I know you, and I'm guiding you"? Now let's explore another layer of the secret, the nature of time. To us, time feels linear, a relentless march from past to future. But physics paints a different picture. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that time is an illusion. The past, present, and future exist simultaneously, woven together into a single fabric called space-time. Think about what this means. If time isn't truly linear, then your life is not a fleeting spark in the dark. Every moment you've ever lived and ever will live already exists, like pages in a book. And if that's true, then how do we explain free will? How do we reconcile this timeless universe with the feeling that we're actively making choices? Here's where ancient wisdom once again meets modern science. Many spiritual traditions describe time not as a straight line, but as a circle or spiral, a pattern that repeats, evolves, and transcends. This aligns eerily well with theories of a cyclical universe, where creation and destruction are eternal processes. But here's the mind-blowing part: if time is cyclical, then every decision you make ripples through eternity. Every act of kindness, every moment of love, every spark of creativity, it all matters. Your life is not insignificant. It's a thread in the infinite tapestry of existence. So let me ask you, if the choices you make today echo forever, what kind of life do you want to weave into the fabric of the universe? Let's shift gears to something deeply practical yet equally mystical: the power of your thoughts. Science has shown that our brains are not passive observers of reality, they're active participants. Experiments in neuroscience and quantum physics suggest that the way you focus your attention literally shapes the world you experience. This idea isn't new. Ancient wisdom has always taught the transformative power of thought. Whether it's the Buddhist principle of mindfulness or the Christian emphasis on prayer, these practices align with what science now confirms: you become what you think about. But here's the kicker: if your thoughts can influence your personal reality, could they also resonate with the larger universe? Some researchers believe the human mind may act like a quantum antenna, tuning into frequencies of energy and information that shape our lives. This might explain why practices like meditation, visualization, and gratitude seem to attract positive outcomes. So here's a practical challenge. Take a moment every day to focus on what you truly desire, not in a shallow, materialistic way, but with deep intention and clarity. Visualize it as if it's already real. Feel the gratitude as if you've already received it. And then watch how your reality begins to shift. Finally, let's confront the ultimate secret: your place in the cosmos. For most of human history, we believed the Earth was the center of everything. Then, science taught us that we're on a tiny planet orbiting an average star in a galaxy among billions. This realization made us feel small, insignificant. But what if we've misunderstood our place in the story? The fact that the universe is comprehensible at all, that it follows laws we can discover and understand, is extraordinary. Why would a chaotic, meaningless universe give rise to beings capable of reason, creativity, and love? Physicist Paul Davies once said, "The universe seems to be about something. Could that something be you?" Not you in the egotistical sense, but you as part of a grander whole, a conscious being in a conscious universe, playing your role in an unfolding story that's billions of years in the making. So, I'll leave you with this question: what if the universe isn't just out there, but in here? What if the greatest secret isn't about finding God in the sky, but discovering the divine spark within yourself? Now let's dive even deeper into the idea that the universe and your life are reflections of the same infinite mystery. We've touched on quantum entanglement, consciousness, and synchronicity. But what if the ultimate secret lies in how the universe is mirrored in you, not just metaphorically, but literally? To begin, let's consider one of the most ancient and persistent symbols across cultures: the cosmic mirror. This concept suggests that everything you see out there is a reflection of what's happening in here. And this isn't just spiritual poetry, it's rooted in science. Look at the structure of an atom, with its tiny nucleus surrounded by orbiting electrons. Now look at the solar system. Doesn't it feel like one is a miniature version of the other? The same pattern repeats across scales, from the spirals of galaxies to the spirals in seashells, from neural networks in the brain to the cosmic web of galaxy clusters. This fractal-like repetition suggests a deep symmetry in nature. But here's the big question: if the universe is reflected in its smallest parts, what does that say about you? Think about it. Your body is made of stardust, literally. The carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and iron in your cells were forged in the hearts of stars that exploded billions of years ago. You are not separate from the universe, you are a product of it. But what if you're more than that? What if you're a way for the universe to know itself? Let's explore how this might work. Imagine standing in front of a mirror. You see your reflection, but that reflection isn't you. It's a reversed, two-dimensional image of your three-dimensional self. Now, apply this to the universe. What if the physical reality we perceive is just the surface, the mirror image of a deeper, multidimensional reality? Some physicists, including proponents of string theory, suggest that the universe might have more dimensions than we can perceive. What we call reality could be a shadow or projection of a higher dimensional existence. And here's where things get personal. If the universe is multidimensional, so are you. Your body, thoughts, and emotions are just the surface. Beneath them lies something infinite, timeless, and connected to everything. Here's a deep question to sit with. If your life is a reflection of the infinite, what does that say about the challenges, joys, and mysteries you experience every day? Could they be part of a grander purpose you can only glimpse from time to time? Now, let's talk about purpose, not just in the cosmic sense, but in your life. Many people struggle with the idea of purpose in a universe that seems so vast and indifferent. Atheism often argues that purpose is something we invent to cope with the randomness of existence. But here's the paradox: if purpose were merely a human invention, why would it feel so essential? Why would it drive civilizations, inspire art, and give meaning to our struggles? Here's where ancient wisdom and modern science converge. Both suggest that purpose isn't something you create, it's something you uncover. Think of it like a sculpture hidden inside a block of marble. Your life's experiences, both the triumphs and the trials, are the chisels carving away at the stone, revealing the masterpiece within. But how do you uncover your purpose? Start by looking inward. Pay attention to the moments when you feel most alive, most aligned with something greater than yourself. These are the clues the universe leaves for you, like stars guiding a ship through the night. Here's a practical tip: every day, take a few minutes to reflect on what brought you joy, meaning, or even discomfort. Write it down. Over time, you'll notice patterns that point to your unique role in this infinite tapestry. And now we arrive at the most profound secret of all: the eternal connection between you and the universe. Think of the stories humans have told for thousands of years, myths of gods, heroes, and creation. Why do these stories persist? Because they speak to a truth we all feel but can't always articulate: that life is not random, that we are part of something much bigger. Science tells us the universe is expanding, its galaxies moving farther apart. But what if this outward motion mirrors an inward journey? What if, as the cosmos grows, so does consciousness, its awareness of itself through beings like you and me? Here's a mind-bending idea: if the universe has a purpose, then you, as a part of the universe, are essential to that purpose. You are not a passive observer. You are a co-creator of reality, shaping it with every thought, word, and action. Take a moment to think about this. What if the universe depends on you to complete its story? What if your life, with all its imperfections, is the missing piece in an eternal puzzle?